Hey everyone, it is Tanya and welcome back to the channel and welcome to another apartment renovation. Lately I've been doing more homes and apartments based on various careers in the game, and today I really wanted to do something for a sim who is into baking. So that is what we're going to be doing. It's partially inspired by careers in the game of like being a chef and working with the culinary field, and partially because we just got some free new items through the Sims Delivery Express yesterday, and some of those are some baked goods as well as some really cute aprons, and I just really wanted to use them. So that is what you're going to be seeing here today in this apartment. This is a really like modern apartment. I went for dark woods and more of a modern feel, which is something I don't do as often, especially dark woods. So I really enjoy how this came out, and I was just trying to have a really nice kitchen space that had 2 ovens for lots of baking and an interesting layout. This is being built in 131221 Chic Street, which is one of my favorite apartments. It's the one that Penny Pizzazz primarily lives in if you don't kick her out. I just really like this apartment because it's not too big. It's kind of on the smaller side. You could definitely fit 1 to 2 bedrooms in here, and it has some gorgeous full-length windows for like floor-to-ceiling windows for some pretty views of the city of San Myshuno. So that is why I picked this one. And also, I was really excited about this apartment because I came up with a different layout than I've done before. I have like a general area I always put the kitchen in. I usually put the bathroom in a certain spot. The bedroom's still in a similar area that it normally is, but I really like how I place the kitchen and the bathroom. And this kitchen has like its own little nook, but it wraps around this corner, which you'll see here momentarily. And I just had a lot of fun adding a lot of personality into this build, having all kinds of cooking supplies and baked goods out, both from stuff we had in the game already, as well as the new SDX drop that just happened. So there is that little rounded bit around the corner. I just think that looks so cute. I end up using the other round piece on the other side instead of the flat piece, so it doesn't like abruptly stop, it rounds off. I just think it's really cool for storage and gives a little bit of... It makes the kitchen feel like it's not so separate from the other spaces in this apartment. It connects them all. At least that's how I felt it worked. And just getting a nice runner rug in here. I decided to go with yellow because that was the color that is on the paintings that I have up above the sink, and that matched the wood tone. I'm using a lot of the cool kitchen pack in here. So yellow ended up being a nice accent color in this space. It's very much a neutral apartment. We have a lot of dark colors, but I still think they're fairly neutral, and I thought that this area over here would be perfect for a desk setup, so just grabbing one of those. And I actually got to use this funky shelf that came with the Blooming Rooms kit. I haven't used it yet because it is so weird and specific. It's such a strange shape, but I thought it worked really nice here above that desk. So that is where I put that, and then we're going to be getting a dining table here right next to the kitchen space. I opted for this base game one because of the wood swatch, and it paired perfectly with these chairs from the fitness stuff pack, so I was really excited about that. When you can get wood tones to match across packs, it's just amazing. It makes me incredibly happy since we do not have a color wheel. We only have swatches, and a lot of the wood tones do not match, so when that happens, it's exciting. But just getting some paintings on the wall. I also got this little corner cabinet with a vase on it from Get Famous, as well as another plant. And then I wanted to grab a hutch for the wall. I always type in hutch to find this one, which is from Jungle Adventure. But for some reason, when I typed that in to find this one this time, it did not show up. I guess it's not tagged that way anymore, which is a little frustrating. At least I knew it was from Jungle Adventure, so I was able to just filter by that pack and find it. But I just wanted to have some sort of storage over here for some additional plates and just some decorations and stuff. I think that these are really realistic things to have in a dining space. And then over here in the living room space, I really wanted to have a sectional, but I didn't want to use the sectionals that we got from Dream Home Decorator. They just did not fit the vibe I was going for at all. Luckily, you can make it sort of look like you have a small sectional using these couches from My First Pet Stuff, which I used to do all the time before we got the actual sectional sofas. And it was just nice to use them again. I feel like there's some couches that I just don't use as often anymore as we've gotten new ones. And they obviously matched the color scheme in here really nicely. A lot of the swatches on that couch, though, this one that I'm using, are very bright and have like wiener dogs on them. So not many of them are very versatile. There's this one, there's like a beige one, and I'm trying to think if there might be a red one that's not too bad too, if you're into like a bright red sofa. But anyway, I just talked over filling up a bookcase with all sorts of clutter, and now we're getting a rug and like a TV unit over here by the door, as well as a plant, and we end up using some of the modular shelving above the TV as well. Just to add a little bit more personality to the space. I just get some boxes and books and stuff. And I use this little table from Get to Work. I forget this one exists a lot. It's not tagged as a coffee table, but I think it's a cute one and it's modern, and I overuse the one from Tiny Living, so sometimes it's nice to change it up and pick a different small coffee table. So that's what I did there, and then just finalizing the decorations over here by the TV. I also wanted to add a couple of things up above those shelves, and I also added some boxes in this little shelf under the TV, which don't have more than one slot, so I had to fiddle with that and get everything to place using the red shelf, which is a piece of custom content, if you're unaware, that I use to allow me to place items more precisely. It has way more slots on it than the shelves in the game, and bigger items will snap to it, so it's super helpful. I have it linked in the description if you're interested in downloading it, and I also have a full tutorial on it as well, which you can find in the tutorial playlist on my channel. It's the best. If you you don't have to keep it in the game. If you download my builds and I used it, they're not tagged as custom content. There's no worries there, but if you're interested in trying it out, I would highly recommend it. It's so helpful. Also, I just realized I haven't mentioned yet that the reason you haven't seen any of the new update items in this build yet is because I started building this on the 14th when the SDX drop was supposed to happen, and then it got delayed by a day. And so I kind of build the whole apartment and then start adding those in at the end. And I add a couple of other things to the build as well towards the end of this video that I thought would, make it feel a little bit more complete coming back to it a day later. But anyway, now we are heading on into the bedroom space. I decided to have an accent wall with this stone that I'm using throughout the build. I switch which wall it's going to be on though based on where I wanted to put the bed. So that way you can access both sides of it. Your Sims can scoot if you prefer to put the bed against the wall. That's definitely an option as well. But I wanted to have it more centered in this space. This room is kind of small, but I really like it. I think the layout for this apartment worked nicely, and it was nice to do a different one. Every once in a while, coming up with a different floor plan for an apartment I've decorated many times before is just really refreshing. There was also some really large mirrors in here. I thought that helped to make the space look larger. And I got a painting over on this wall as well. And I'm pretty sure that's it for this particular room. And I think we should be heading out to the kitchen space now to add some new items like these aprons. I love these. There are so many beautiful swatches. I ended up going with these neutral, like pinstriped ones. I thought they fit the aesthetic of the rest of the apartment the best. I also have like some bread in that little container. I don't know what to call that, platter. It's like a fancy bread case, and there's a fruit cake on the counter as well. There was those really cute salt and pepper shakers that came with that update, and then I just grabbed some base game utensils to put by the stove. And I'm trying to think if I added anything else. I don't think so. There were other cool items that came with the update as well. One of them was like fire pokers. I don't know if that's what you call it, but like the tools you put by a fireplace for dealing with the things in the fireplace. And we've never had that before, so that's a really cool addition to the game. But that's pretty much it for this apartment. Just fixing this oven situation here, and then we'll be heading on into screenshots. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. You can also subscribe to the channel if you have not already, and click that bell to be notified when I upload. Enjoy the screenshots. Bye, everyone.